What's up, my peoples? How is everybody doing? So I have a few things I want to say before we do this week's astrological um, advice or words, whichever you would like to call it. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, go below and subscribe. And if you hit the little notifications, it'll let you know when I go post new videos. And hopefully I'll get to, I think you have to have 1,000 subscribers now to do a live option. So as soon as I get 1,000, I'll be able to do live. And I will utilize the live versions a lot because I do Facebook Lives a lot. And so I would like to get to that point. So, subscribe, share me out. Let's get that going. So next is we have quite a bit astrologically coming up. Energetically, a lot of different things is happening. And I talk about this a lot on my Facebook page. So, and there's a link in the description below. So if you are not on my Facebook business page, you should go and like and follow that page. I write my content there, and I write quite a bit. So I seem to be a better writer than I am speaker. So I need to learn to just free flow what sometimes I can, but when my thoughts start triggering, it's like a, I don't know, like a grid or something. It just bounces everywhere. So anyways, check me out. The links are below, and subscribe, like, follow. That would be awesome. So anyways, let's move on. So I usually start with fire signs. And so this will be for August 28th through September 9, or no, September 5th. Yes. And can you believe we're already in September? I feel like we have literally lost time. Like we've had a lapse in time. Does anybody else feel that way? I know I probably sound like a crazy person right now, but it feels like we're just losing time. And what's more interesting is Saturn has been in some really hard aspects all year long, and Saturn rules time. And I think we're in some time lapse, or not lapse, but what would you say, loops, or not loops, but maybe like where time is just stopping, like you've lost time, like in a, what do you call that, like that movie where just loops and you lose it. I don't know, I can't think right now on that. So anyways, yeah, so Saturn's definitely making some hard aspects, and so is Pluto. And we're right now in the starting of Pluto's return energy, because we're in 5 degrees separation. And a lot of astrologers may use a little less. I think when we're at like 5, I think we start hitting that that certain degree where it definitely, you can feel the energy and feel what's happening. And so I think that's totally what's happening in this world today, yesterday, a month ago, 6 months ago, because we're in that 5-degree range. And the closer we get to an exact, which I think, if I'm trying to remember, was 27 degrees. I think America's Pluto, natal Pluto, is at 27 degrees or 20. Yeah. 27. Yeah, 27 degrees, I believe. So, and I think Pluto right now is in the 22, 22, end of 22. So we're about to go into 23 degrees. So we're getting there. And it's going to get more intense. The intensity levels are going to be exponential. People are already losing their minds out there. Literally, there has been many of us talk about certain things that's going to come up in the world, and there's going to be a lot of strife and anger and hidden things coming to the surface. This Pluto aspect is going to bring all of the hidden things out. And I talk about this in my Facebook pages where I write. Yeah, I have talked about this a lot. So anyways, just be prepared, people. Be prepared. I would highly recommend getting yourself in a position to what makes you comfortable. You and your family, your finances, your food, your, whatever in this life makes you comfortable. I would definitely make sure you're in the right position for that. And don't get so caught up in what's going on out in the world and putting your energy into that, because putting your energy, if you've got positive energy and you're putting that out there with all that negative and all of that division and that hate that's going on out there, you're just going to get sucked into that. And that's not going to be healthy. That is not a way to move forward. So, moving forward would be, getting yourself in a position, because we do have some very difficult times coming. But check out my Facebook page if you want to know more. And I may make some more videos on what I think, and put them on YouTube. So let's start with fire signs, which are Aries, Leos, Sagittarius. So this week I feel like there's been some stuff happening, and whatever has been going on in your life is kind of like clearing a path for you. And I'm talking about things outside of the crazy world out there that we're having to live in and deal with and all of that. But this clearing is essentially going to clear a new path for you, for new things to come out, for new things to emerge into your life. And it could be a time where you let go, not let go, but you kind of break down like old habits, like old beliefs of how you think or how you thought things should have went or could have went. You'll kind of start dissolving that out because it's not really realistic, So you may see some big changes within yourself and in your immediate, your little circle, your little world. And you may feel like your life is just out of control. Like you just don't know what to do. And don't let that, take over your rationality or your thought process, because it can be easily done right now because it's just really difficult out there. So you're probably feeling the anxieties and the frustrations on top of this crazy world, but don't sink down into that. Feel it and process it and move on, because the more you sink into that, the more it's gonna come to you. And you're going to want to, try to be as positive as you can, because if you don't, you're going to find yourself like self-sabotaging yourself. And don't do that. Just don't do that. Be realistic with yourself. And, think about how this time in your life right now, this is the time of your life right now. This is where the changes are going to come from in everybody's life. This is the biggest pivotal year you will ever probably experience in your lifetime, in my lifetime, in all of our lifetimes. Unless, you're really, really young, you might have some more later down the road. So, this is a time when it's going to get a little heated up. even more so because, Mars is a fire sign and you guys are fire signs. So you're going to feel this heat a little bit more other than, like not as much as like the water signs would, So make the changes where you need to. Make different choices where you need to, or better choices, or whatever it is in your life. So next we have earth signs, which are Taurus, Virgos, and Capricorns. For you guys, I feel like maybe you've been a little bit, like suffocating, like feel like you're suffocating, or like things are just stagnant. And maybe you have realized, or maybe you haven't. Maybe you're like, what's happening, and you don't really know, or whatever the case is. And so it could be a thing where you're seeing your life through somebody else's eyes, or you're not seeing your life as it is. And that can be very, very bad. So you need to just take a step back, and just look at your life and see, are you living with passion? Are you living with love? Are you living with what you want to do out there? Are you really, with Saturn aspecting everybody's chart right now, literally, are you trying to play by the rules? Have you went through your Saturn return? Are you letting life restrict you too much? I mean, what are you doing to live in your truth and live in your passion? And, what are you doing? That's what you need to look at. And, you probably have a lot of self-doubt right now. And like, where can you break free from those like limiting thoughts? That's what you want to ask yourself. And maybe you've just gotten too comfortable in your life. Maybe you're in a relationship and maybe you're not so happy and you've gotten a little too comfortable. Or maybe your partner hasn't, they don't know how to tell you, or they don't know how to tell you. It could be multiple things. But you've let yourself get in this little like downward cycle, so do what you have to do to break free from that. Break free from the negativity that you're putting yourself into, and strengthen yourself with your positive emotions, and get real with yourself. Just totally get real with yourself, because that's where the growth happens, and that's where you're going to learn the most. So I would talk to your significant other or your partner. I mean, whatever it is, maybe your job, maybe your friend, or whatever's causing this cycle for you. And so next we have Aries, which are Geminis. Aries. Good gracious. Air signs, which are Geminis, Libras, and Aquarius. So you guys feel like you may be in a position of your life like you want to start all over, or that you have started all over recently, or something has changed, and maybe in the, it feels like something new, or you need something new. Maybe you have been wanting to do new adventures, or start a new adventure of some sort, and you may not know exactly how to start that or where to start. So I would ask yourself, what does all that mean to you? Where can you find that creativity within yourself to make these new starts and make these new things work for your life, or be better for your life? Right now you need to find that inner child. You need to bring out that Leo energy, that Leo inside. And no, I know I'm talking about air signs, but we have all the signs in our chart. Whatever house your Leo falls in, that's where you need to bring out your creativity, your inner child. Have fun like a child. Bring out that innocence of, just think back of when you were a kid and think about how you responded to certain things. And I'm not talking about being, you know, the immature little brats that we were at one point or could have been, you know, at various times in our life. I'm talking about the innocence of love and that passion that little kids bring. Even when you see little kids, it brings out this this feeling inside of us, and it's like, I don't know, you just, when little kids are around and they're laughing and they're playing, it just puts something inside of an adult, and it just, you know, you remember how that felt, or you remember how beautiful that is. That is where you need to tap into and find that. Find something and create it for yourself. Find that. Express yourself in a way that you don't care who's watching you. You don't care who's listening to you. You don't care what other people think. Express how you want to. And that's that childlike energy. You know, stop trying to feel so isolated and so alone. Even though this crazy world out here is like, you know, isolate and all that jazz. You know, at some point people have to like figure out what it is that they want to do. Do you want to live in fear with all this news telling you these things? Or do you want to trust yourself? Because things are not what they say they are. And I don't want to say too much on here because my channel is fairly new, and it will probably get shut down or flagged. So I'm trying to build my channel so they would leave me alone a little bit, and then I would speak more openly. And that's what I do on my Facebook page. Anyways, so give yourself the opportunity to branch out in your own way, and put yourself out there. Just put yourself out there. Who cares what other people think? And it's if you have already seen, most of you have already seen people's true colors coming out. When you think you know somebody, you don't. Their true colors are shining bright. Pay attention. And you don't want to miss that, because that will show you who they are. Do you want to keep floating around with them in your life? So, eyes open, peoples, eyes open. And lastly, we have water signs, which are Cancers, Scorpios, and Pisces. So you guys have literally feel like you've just bottomed out. Like everything in life is probably just stacking on top of each other. And I feel like water signs have felt this way pretty much all year. And it's heavy. And I feel like this is like our time in our lives, everybody's lives, that these are some of the darkest hours that we'll face. And when I say hours, I mean like times. Literally, like literal times. And these are the darkest hours. And you may have been feeling that. And you may have felt like this life deck of cards is just, you know, you ever, as a kid, you ever play that 52 card pickup? If you don't know what that is, Google it. But you know, it's like, you know, that's what life feels like for a lot of us. And water signs, I feel like that's where you are now. Your life is just like, and everything's just like crazy town. So let's cut through the insanity and try to get back to where you function good. I mean, it could be a whole lot worse, but let's not focus on that. You know what I mean? So, when you walk outside, look at how blue the sky is. Even if it's raining, just imagine how blue the sky is. Because it can't rain all the time, and the skies can't be gray all the time. So even on these hard days, just imagine what it feels like to be in that moment and be under a blue sky and be under something beautiful. Because letting all those things weigh you down, it's just going to keep manifesting itself bigger and bigger and bigger, you know? So, figure out a new routine that you can do every day. If it's one little thing, that's okay. Figure out something new that you can do. Maybe you get up and you work out every morning. So maybe you get out, you wake up in the morning. Maybe you're a bed maker, maybe you're not. So if you're not, start making your bed in the morning. Start doing something to make your life seem like you've accomplished like a goal, and the cards are not just flying in the air, and like the whole heaviness is just weighing. Because sometimes when we do that, we lose like our goal every day. You know how you wake up and you have to have a goal. You know, a lot of people are out of work right now, and so they have no goals every day. It's like, well, what do I do today? You know, and there's some people out there that's so busy, they're like, I just want a break to have a goal. You know what I mean? So find something new and incorporate that into your, you know, your like everyday stuff. And, you know, move toward the life that you want, not toward the life that you think you should have. And, you know, move through this life with passion. You know, water signs are very passionate, and maybe you've lost it a little bit because you felt like this world's just insanity. So try not to let the weight carry you down. Don't let it sink your ship, because everybody's boat needs to be ready to go. Don't let your ship sink, because I tell you, this world, it feels like a lot of people's ships are sinking, and unfortunately there probably will be a lot of ships that do sink. So don't let it be yours. You know, I'm gonna use like 5 different analogies in this this video, but you know, you see in the movies a lot that you see these beautiful things and you're just like, that's not real life. But you know, even if life is so hard right now, create that life in your head, and you know, just navigate through this little bubble. When times go hard, I'm not saying take yourself into an addiction type escape or anything like that. Just close your eyes. I'm talking about I'm talking about being completely in the program right now, sober. Just as simple as closing your eyes and just imagining a beautiful place and somewhere that, you know, that takes stress away from your mind. Even if it's that, you know, create that and just do one little thing each day to help, you know, get that defeated feeling away from you. So I hope that my ramblings were not too long this week. And check me out on Facebook. It's the tab is below, and I'm still under the Astro Mystic. And I hope that some of you guys find me there and follow, so you'll get to see my content there. And I hope you all have a beautiful week. I think we're going to have a lot of storms from the hurricane that came in. So I don't know where you are in the world, but if you're in the southern part of the United States, we're having lots and lots of rain and storms and winds. So stay safe out there, everybody. And I love you all very much, because I like to share what I get, and this is my passion. So I hoped more people find me. And anyways, I love you all very much. I do. And I'm excited to see what next week brings. Hopefully I'll have some better news for some of us, and some of us I'll have some more my rambling guidance, you know. We'll see. I usually get feedback, so we'll see what happens. All right, guys. Well, have a good week, and I'll see you then.